What is up, YouTube? Zain Rahman, and in today's video, I'll be comparing cheat days with cheat meals. Okay, and not a nutritionist or dietitian. I'm only telling you what you think. Okay, so just think about it, but you don't have to believe everything I say. All right, so cheat meals is something that I agree with. Okay, it's something that I find logical. All right, if you're being very consistent, very disciplined with what you're eating, then one cheat meal in a week, even two, I don't think it will stall your progress a lot. Okay, and if you think about it, if you're having 3 to 5 meals a day, and that makes it 21 to 35 meals a week, okay, and out of them, if one or two are a bit dirty, where you would like to indulge, and if that is something that allows you to be consistent, be disciplined with the other 20 to 35 meals, then I think that's not so bad, okay, and it's not really doing you a lot of harm if you're consistent with your training and with how you're eating overall. Okay, but and I understand. I mean, the whole thing with cheat meals. It's okay to cheat, all right. Maybe you have earned them, and you should allow yourself to indulge it a bit. Okay, and I mean, I love food myself. Okay, so I understand that sometimes you don't want to have what you're having every day, and you want to indulge and have a pizza or a burger, and that's fine if it's 1 or 2 meals a week. I don't think it's stalling your progress very much. But cheat days is something I don't really agree with, all right? Because with the idea of cheat days, people can give themselves the liberty, the freedom to go all out or all in, whatever way you want to see it, okay? And then you aren't really in control of the calories you're getting in, calories and calories out, the calorie deficit that you're supposed to maintain. And of course, what I'm talking about in this video, it applies primarily to people who are either trying to lose weight or who are trying to maintain a lean physique, a lean body. Okay, so those are the groups of people that this would generally apply to. And like I was saying, with a cheat day, you're really throwing your progress off track, okay? Because let's suppose you're an average male like me, okay? And to lose weight, you need to maintain a calorie deficit of 3,500 calories with your diet, okay? We are not really considering the calories that you burn with your activity, with your workouts, because it's not as much as people think it is anyway. Okay, it's not thousands of calories that you burn with your workouts. It's more like 200 to 500 calories. All right, so let's not consider that for a bit. Okay, and so if you're going on a cheat day, okay, once a week, and you're supposed to maintain a deficit of 3,500 calories in a week, 500 calories in a day, to lose 1 pound of body fat mathematically in a week, then let's say you maintain that deficit of 3,000 calories with the 6 days where you're eating what's on your diet, okay, what's on the plan. And then with the seventh day, with the cheat day, all right. I mean, it's no holds barred, right? So let's say for breakfast, you're maybe having chola bhatura, or you're having pancakes with a lot of full sugar syrup and butter and all that good stuff. And you could easily be having a 1,500 calorie breakfast if you want all your meals on your cheat day to be cheats. Okay, so you started your day off with 1,500 calories, and then let's say for lunch you have your favorite burger, you have a couple of burgers and a large fries. Okay, so that's very easily 2,000 calories. All right, so now you're at 3,500 calories for the day. Okay, with just 2 meals in, and so that's the deficit that you're supposed to maintain. It's gone. Okay, it's out of the way. All right. Now let's say it's your cheat day, so you can have half a liter of regular Coke. Okay, and this is something you should make a rule, guys, if you're trying to be on a fitness lifestyle, or if you're trying to lose weight or whatever. If you need to be disciplined with the way that you're eating for any reason, just stop with the regular cokes, all right? Because apart from the calories, it's loaded with tons of sugar, and you don't really want to be ingesting that much sugar. Okay, so yeah, let's say it's your cheat day, so you have a regular Coke or a regular Pepsi, half a liter bottle, and this again would be like 500 calories. Okay, so that's 1500 and 2000, 3500, and now you're at 4000 calories. Okay, and your day is not really begun even. Okay, so then you might be having a snack, which again you would want to indulge in. Maybe you have something on the side with it. So let's say it's another 1000 calories. So that's 5000 calories for the day. Okay, now it's your cheat day. Okay, you can't really have something that's not exciting for dinner. Okay, so let's say you ordered pizza, you had a medium or a large, or maybe the better part of a large pizza, and it could very well easily be 2000 calories. Okay, so now we are at 7000 calories in one day. Okay, and then if you're someone who goes all out, someone who just really has doesn't have a lot of control, because it does happen. I mean, real people are the ones who have eating disorders, and you can go all in like that. Okay, I can go all in like that if I want to, and so maybe you go ahead and have two chocolate bars. Okay, so again, 500 calories. So now we are at 7500 calories on your cheat day. Okay, and then let's say it's midnight, you're starting to feel a little hungry, you want to snack on something, and let's say you're chilling, you're watching Netflix, and you decide to have a whole tub of ice cream. Okay, it's something that could very easily happen. It could very comfortably be 1000, 1500 calories. So I guess you were at 7500. So that's 9000 calories in a day. Okay, so I mean, all these YouTube challenges, these 10,000 calorie days, these 12,000 calorie mukbangs, it's not really that hard to consume. Okay, I mean, any normal person who likes food could eat like that and get 10,000 calories in a day. So now on your cheat day, you have consumed 9000 calories, all right, and you needed a deficit of 3500 calories to maintain the kind of progress you want with your weight loss. And then this those 3000 calories that you maintained a deficit of with 6 days of clean eating, of disciplined eating, doesn't really count anymore. Okay, because you're over 6000 calories. So even if you're burning those 300 500 calories with your workouts, I mean, you're still in a surplus. Okay, and this is why people can't make a change. This is why they can't progress, all right, because you're in the way of your progress, all right, and it's calories in, calories out. You can't change the laws of thermodynamics. That's why you gain weight, that's why you got fat in the first place. So you're not really mending your ways, and cheat days, I just don't think it's the way to go, because people can go all in on cheat days, and you can't really keep track of how many calories you have, and you could very easily have 10,000 calories on your cheat day. Okay, and then that's like almost 3 weeks of no progress. So then you don't make any progress, even though you keep working out, and you don't feel as motivated. You're demoralized, and then you go off track. So I mean, just a little bit of maths to show you why cheat days should be out of the picture, out of the equation, because the amount of calories you can consume on these cheat days, the amount that you can indulge, it can throw your whole progress off track. I mean, there wouldn't be any progress at all, and you would be going in the wrong direction, because again, you're in a calorie surplus, and that would amount to gain in body fat levels. Okay, so cheat means, I mean, even with one or two cheat meals, if you're getting in maybe an additional 500 calories or 300 calories, because a normal meal might be 500, 600, 700 calories, and your cheat meal might be 1000 calories. So it's not really that much of a deal if you're consistent with your training and your workouts, and with how you're eating the rest of the week. And like I said, if it allows you to be disciplined, be consistent with all of your other meals in the week, then I'm all for it. And maybe the cheat is doing something positive for you because it is keeping you on track, the cheat meal, right? But cheat days, I mean, I really think if you're one for cheat days, you should reconsider, because the calories, they all add up. And then really, if you're indulging in all out cheat days, you won't really be making progress. So just my 2 cents on cheat meals and cheat days, and why I don't really think we should be getting into cheat days if you're trying to make a change, if you're trying to lose weight, if you're trying to maintain, if you're trying to be healthy, if you're trying to be calculated with what you're eating, and something you can think about. So that was that for this video. Let me know what you thought. Leave your comments, like and share, subscribe. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.